So good evening and very welcome to Cittaviveka Buddhist Monastery and the Sunday evening guided meditation. Today at the monastery we were celebrating Songkran, or the South Asian New Year, and part of that celebration is a water pouring ceremony or a hand washing ceremony. And a lot can be said about that, but what one monk reflected on that was comparing water to the quality of metta, loving kindness, friendliness, goodwill, the wish for well-being for oneself and others. And that can also be taken in many, many different ways. But one way to reflect on that is that water nourishes all beings, so humans, animals, even plant life, without distinction, is nourished by water. And in the same way, well-cultivated, well-developed loving kindness or metta also extends to all beings, all life, and nourishes oneself and others as well. So I thought this would be a good topic for the guided meditation today. I think many of us has at least a part of our minds that can be quite strongly critical or judgmental or even harsh, both towards others and also towards ourselves. And this can be quite an unpleasant mind state and can occur very frequently. It can be quite a strong habit, especially if we've developed our analytical, discriminative abilities. And if this is mixed with aversion or ill will, it can dominate the mind in a quite a negative or unpleasant way. So one way to counteract this is to develop the quality of metta, and to make this strong. It's good to include this intention of metta in as many of our intentions and actions throughout the day as possible. And this will gradually turn our habit around. Or help to do so at least. So this is one element I would like to try to give examples how we can, with quite an easy or simple just tweak of how we see things, how we use our intention, include this intention of kindness, of friendliness, acceptance in more of our actions, more of our intentions, and give some examples, and then hopefully that can be incorporated in your practice in some way, or give inspiration for how to experiment with this. The other element I was considering is how to reveal this habit, this critical habit, judgmental habit of the mind to us. Sometimes we can just assume that's me, that's how I am. That's just a normal way of operating, that's my mind, and so on. But using metta meditation we can get a contrast. And this contrast between thoughts of loving kindness can reveal to us that this other part of the mind actually does not have to be the dominating part and does not really have to be there at all. So to use the metta practice in that way as well, to give some maybe a slightly different use of this metta meditation. But as usual, we'll start with some brief chanting, and starting on page, I believe it's 19. So this is the dedication of offerings. And here already we can start. So for example, when we recollect the Buddha, we can always also recollect his great kindness, his very pure metta, his very pure loving kindness, pure heart. And just recollect that as an inspiration, and that is something that's possible. And that can give us a very good start, and to turn our minds, turn our hearts towards this quality. So starting on page 19. To the Blessed One, the Lord who fully attained perfect enlightenment, to the teaching which he expounded so well, and to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, to these the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, we render with offerings our rightful homage. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, still had compassion for later generations. May these simple offerings be accepted for our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and Blessed One, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Now let us pay preliminary homage to the Buddha. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Bow. And then to page 41, Reflections on Universal Well-Being. Now let us chant the reflections on universal well-being. May I abide in well-being, in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings be released from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such action, and its results will be their home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts they will be the heirs. So please assume a comfortable meditation posture. Finding a posture that's stable, upright, where the spine can be relatively straight. There's not too much pain. And so we can remain in a still, composed posture for some length of time. And already here we can look at our intentions of kindness. How do we adjust the body? Do we force it into a position that we should be able to sit in? Do we try to make it comfortable? Do we try to find a good posture so we can develop our minds in a good way for our own well-being?
How do we approach even such a small act? Next, I always usually find it helpful to take a few very deep breaths to get a clear starting point, signaling to the mind that now we're starting different activity, different focus, turning inwards. Putting mindfulness to the fore. This is the key quality. And deep breaths can also energize, refresh the system. And the out breaths can be very relaxing, calming. And again, can we add an element of kindness to just this simple act? Just wanting to create a sense of well-being. For the body, for the mind. And recollecting that at this time we can put every other concern, anxiety, issue, problems we have to one side. For this time we can focus on clearing the mind, stabilizing, developing our spiritual qualities. For our well-being and for the well-being of everybody around us who we interact with, who we live with, or just meet on the street. And to initially establish our mindfulness, to not get too easily lost in distraction, we can start by focusing our attention in the body, using the body as an anchor. Focusing the attention initially on the forehead, just a gentle kind attention. Just letting that area of attention, the forehead, relax. And release any tensions that we're holding. And also putting this in the context of goodwill or kindness, kindness towards the body, kindness towards ourselves, just allowing ourselves to relax and feel at ease. Gently and slowly moving the attention downwards. Checking the facial area for any tensions. Just letting that all relax. All the facial muscles. Around the eyes. Perhaps around the mouth or the jaw. Also checking the back of the head, an area where we usually are not applying our attention, seeing if that can be relaxed. Back of the neck, front of the neck, throat. Further down to the shoulders, just letting the shoulders drop, relax. No need to be tense at this time. If there is an area where we feel pain or tension and we are not able to relax it, that's okay. Just try to apply a kind acceptance. That's how it is at the moment. It's like this. It's okay. Perhaps we can relax it more later on. Continue to move our attention further down, heart area, abdomen, establishing mindfulness in this way, and at the same time maintaining a kind attitude. Keeping the practice within the context of metta, of goodwill, making that the foundation for all our actions. Our practice. Moving your attention further down towards the hip area, upper legs, just releasing any unnecessary tension. Every now and then also checking in that we're keeping a relatively straight posture, that our wakefulness, mindfulness is there. We're not falling into dullness, drowsiness. And if we are falling into more dull states of mind, straighten the posture, try to have a more detailed focus of your attention, feel more detailed sensations, sharpening the mind. Moving attention down towards the knees, see if we're putting any unnecessary stress or tension on the knees. And further down to the lower legs, the feet. Perhaps even the toes. And then doing the reverse,
from the soles of the feet up to the top of the head. Slowly moving our attention through the body, relaxing. With this caring, friendly attitude, attention. Relaxing any tension. It's almost like helping a friend relax, be at ease. And also every now and then to check how this practice is affecting our mind. What's the result of these intentions and actions? Learning. And when we
once again reach the top of the head. We try to locate a small area of the body where we can feel the breath sensations clearly, or where it feels natural to settle the attention. And while staying with the sensations of the breathing at that area, we can add phrases on the in and out breaths. On the in breath, we can think, reflect, may I be happy. On the out breath, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be well. So repeating these phrases with every in and out breath. And sometimes this very, very simple practice of wishing ourselves well can give rise to a lot of reactions in the mind. And here we come to the contrast. How does our mind react to these simple phrases and wishes? Said, I don't want to do this. This is ridiculous. This is painting the world in pink. I'm not worthy of being happy. Am I actually allowed to wish myself well? Sometimes it's much easier to wish other people well. But when we try to wish ourselves well, this can be very revealing. Can show a lot of tendencies we might not have noticed before in the mind. May I be happy, may I be well. And is that something we genuinely can wish ourselves? And what does that mean for us? Probably everybody would like to be happy or well, but have we really deeply considered what that means? And through those reflections on what it actually means to us, imbuing those simple phrases with more meaning, more value, more impact. May I be happy, may I be well. And if there is a negative or critical or flippant reaction to these words, phrases, then we can ask ourselves, why do I take those reactions to be me, or more real, more valuable than these wholesome, simple, fundamental wishes for well-being? May I be happy. May I be well. And as the meditation session is coming to an end, you can again take a few deeper breaths, re-establishing connection to the body. Tuning into the sensation of the cushion, of the sitting mat underneath us, grounding ourselves. And when we feel ready, gently opening the eyes, returning attention to the room and surroundings. And we can finish on page 37 in the dark brown book, which is the Buddha's words on loving kindness. And we will see here also that there's many different qualities that the Buddha talks about that's supportive or expressions of loving kindness or metta.
Now let us chant the Buddha's words on loving kindness. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety. May all beings be at ease, whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another, or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another, even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child. So with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection,
This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world.
And finishing with the closing homage in English.
The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed one, I render homage to the Buddha, the blessed one. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha.